Hi, everybody. We are here at Sprout Coworking on 166 Valley Street in the Rising Sun Mills. And today we're going to speak with artist Aron Frankel, and he's going to tell you about his work that's displayed here in the gallery. Take it away, Aron.
Why, thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Aron Frankel, and I am very pleased to have some of my pen and ink drawings on display here at the gallery at Sprout Coworking. Since you're not going to ask me any questions, so should I just describe what I do?
Okay, sure. Why don't you describe what you do,
Yeah.
what your inspiration behind these are?
Sure. What you see on the wall are a series of pen and ink drawings. They're done with pens, not with calligraphy pens, but with drawing pens. And they're all done on paper. These all happen to be on the same size paper, because it's kind of rectangular paper. I've been doing pen and ink drawings for about the last 5 years or so. And I've had some of my other work on display here on different sizes and shapes of paper. So these are inspired by my long-standing interest in the arts of the Middle East and Central Asia. I've always wanted to learn how to do Arabic calligraphy, but never did. In fact, I was interested in any kind of calligraphy and never did. So at one point, I just decided to try and see what would happen if I started to draw with pen and ink, and there's no specific plan or idea behind any of these. They're all spontaneous. So I see some calligraphic elements sort of hidden in there, shapes of letters, maybe. And I start off with each one of these by doing an outline in pencil. And when I start, I don't have a design in mind. It just starts. And then when I've got the outline in pencil and I'm happy with it, then I start inking over it and fill out the skeletal shape. And once I'm happy with the skeletal shape, I will start filling in the design. And whatever comes out, comes out. So it's never planned, it's always spontaneous.
Great. And you know what these remind me of? Since I know you pretty well and I know that you enjoy diving, that's one of your major passions. I see the influence of the ocean in these a lot. So do you want to tell everybody a little bit about your experiences?
Sure. Yeah, I've been diving since living in Indonesia for a number of years. And water and underwater certainly influences my art, more in my painting than in my drawings, but I think there's a lot of kind of organic features, things that you might see underwater, maybe some kind of abstract fish life, such as this one. Perhaps you might be able to see some kind of a fish form, or maybe some underwater plant life as well. These are influences which I'm not thinking about when I'm working, but I think, as was just said, they just affect me when I'm working no matter what. So yes, that is a possibility too.
Great. Thank you. Aron, I'm going to give you a little break for a minute. I want to draw your attention over here to an exhibit that had started last month, and it's also running through the end of August. And this artist, her name is Sarah Samways, and her collection is called Masks. And as you can see, this is inspired by the COVID environment that's going on right now. And she's taken famous figures and shown what they are looking like right now during this era of trying to stay safe. I'm sure you can recognize pretty much everybody up there. And each of her pieces are for sale, really inexpensive. They're $25 each. Amy, you want to get over here too? And you can find more information about her on her website, which I believe is sarahsamways.com. But be sure and check the link in the comments on this particular video. So, and you can see how to spell her name. All right, Iran, I'm going to give the mic back to you.
Okay, thank you. I want to say that these drawings are part of a larger series of pen and ink drawings, some of which have been on display here before at Sprout. Like Sarah's work, my drawings are also available to anybody who's interested. They're $125 each, and they're all untitled because I really don't want you to try to guess what I was trying to do when I did these drawings. I want you to see what you see. So they're all untitled, which is why they're also numbered. So if you like one of them, just refer to it by number, and we'll take care of the rest. So I hope you like them. I don't know, what's the policy about coming into the gallery to see these things in person?
Okay, so please check sproutcoworking.com for their hours. And Victoria will also put in the notes below the gallery manager, who you can contact if you're interested in purchasing everything. We'll put her email below. Aran, why don't you tell us about where your studio is and how long you've been in that space?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm relatively new to Providence. Nobody would consider me a Rhode Islander. I've only been in town since the beginning of 2016. These pen and ink drawings are all done at home because all I need is a flat surface and some pens and some paper. But actually, rather close to Sprout, I have a studio over near Eagle Square in the AJ Land building, which I share with a potter. And that's where I do my painting and the resin pours and other kinds of work that I am doing that are not just pen and ink. I've also recently, in the last 2 years, begun to learn glass blowing from a studio which is also part of Gallery Night, which is the Gather Glass Studio, which is wonderful. It really helps, doing glass blowing really helps me visualize depth and three-dimensionality, which I try to incorporate into my work on paper. So that's always a challenge, but it's a great challenge. So that's what I do.
All right, great. We've got about a minute left. So Aran, just can you wrap up from just kind of a little bit about your story, where you come from, how you got here?
Yeah, I got here, I think it was a plane. We were living abroad for 22 years before we came back to the States. Well, we started off in Eastern Europe, in Macedonia, and then we went to Brussels. And from there, we went to Indonesia. And from there, we went to Barcelona. And from Barcelona to here, which everybody was asking me, didn't you come in the wrong direction? Should people go from here to Barcelona? But I started to do artwork when we were living in Indonesia. My background is actually in music. I've been playing music all my life, starting off with classical music and various kinds of world musics. But when I lost my last full-time job, I started to doodle, and that doodling led to painting and drawing, and this has really become my passion to become engaged in these kinds of visual arts. And I'm really, really happy that Sprout and Gallery Night have been as kind to me as they've been to let me show my work here.
Thank you, Aran. And I also wanted to mention that Aran used to be a tour guide for Gallery Night, and then a couple of years ago we asked him to join the board, and we love having him. He's with all of his world experience and all of his knowledge and his art background, it really just makes this organization even more amazing to have him on board.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up here at Sprout Coworking. Just one more comment. If you're not familiar with Sprout Coworking, co-working space here, there's different offices that you can rent, or there's open space that you can rent on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So check out their website. It's great here because they have a rotating art show every month, as you can see. And so working in a space with original art just adds to the ambiance that you're not going to get working in a traditional office space. All right, so that's it for now, and I'm going to send it back to Kelly.